Hey everyone, welcome to AutoCAD Part 1. So what we're going to do is create a basic title block using the template that I'm going to provide you all and ascribing the CTB to it. And then also I'm going to show you all the accompanying CTB pen setting line thickness chart so you all have a frame of reference and can actually apply it. So the first thing you want to do is download these files from A2. You want to download the Sasaki line thickness chart, and rotate that. Yeah, okay, well, good. You want that, and you also want to download the actual CTB, and you want to download the base DWG file. I'm going to go ahead. First, let's talk about what pen settings, I guess, are a little bit. So this line chart is basically showing you the color and, more importantly, the screen color number and what the CTB tells it to print thickness-wise, right? So as you can see, these lines have different thicknesses. These different thicknesses correlate then to these numbers. This is the primary number you need to be concerned about. It will be represented on screen by a color, but there are many different shades of brown, so what's really important is to focus on this number right here on the left-hand column as it correlates to line thickness. So what we do in AutoCAD, we tell the program that when we're using this color, when I'm printing, I want that line to print this thickness. So it allows us then to create depth and it allows us to better differentiate between objects in our drawings. So that's why we use pen settings, and by hand technique we would just use line weight, and you all, people who are 170, were able to practice that. Typically, the idea is that as you get closer to the sky plane, the line weight gets darker. So trees would be thicker than, say, shrubs that would be below them, and so on and so forth. Alrighty then. So now that's out of the way, I am going to, well, I guess I'll click on that base and open it up in AutoCAD. Now you should have went through the other exercise first before completing the essential training course. Before completing this should be pretty quick after that. So this is going to be the basic template that you're going to use for the AutoCAD through SketchUp section really of this course. And you can use it for other files if you would like. We are going to focus primarily on Vectorworks. But if you end up working on a CAD project or feel more comfortable in this form, then you can use this in the future. Nonetheless, you will be using it for the exercises in the first half of this particular class. So what you see are blocks here, or plant symbols that can be very helpful. And you can, of course, explode and modify these as you need to. And then what I've also included is our standard program title block. It just has A&T's logo and information that we can kind of put down. That's just a standard kind of construction detail title block, along with a graphic scale and a north arrow. So what you need to do is create a 24 by 36 inch layout using this. Now before that, we're going to apply that CTB. So I'm going to go over here, and I just want to show you where it's at file-wise. I'm going to go into print. I'm hovering, not clicking, and I'm going to manage my plot styles, and bring us to a folder that holds all of our CTB or pen settings. What I want to do is navigate then to my downloads and copy that CTB, and I would just Control C, and I'm actually going to go back to this file, and then I would just Control V this in. I already have it here, so I don't need to do that. But if I needed to, I would drop it in. Your CTB would then be there. To apply that CTB, and this is going to be the first stage of setting up our title block, I'm going to go to this first layout, and I'm going to say Page Setup Manager. I'm going to say Modify, and I want this to print DWG to PDF typically. Adobe to PDF is fine too, but DWG to PDF is kind of a default and works. For this instance, I will find 24 by 36 inch, which is just going to be my standard ArcD. Plot style, this is where I'm going to apply my CTB. That's Sasaki. I want to make sure that I say display plot styles. I like to have my plot transparency on as well. It should be a 1-to-1 layout. That's fine. I'll say OK. Close. So now it's stretched my canvas out, the paper size, the sheet, to a 24 by 36 inch sheet. This is a physical sheet size that I would print. This is my viewport. I know that. I can double click and it's a dark line that appears, and I've opened that window into my model space world. Okay, and then I can see those plant blocks, and I can also see, more importantly, the title block that I want to actually bring over into paper space. Okay, so once I have this, I'm just going to do a trick command here to change this into the space. I'm going to select this information, and I am going to go change space. Okay, so now this title block and this information is in my paper space and not model space. Okay, now I'm just going to scale it up a little bit so it fills that sheet. I'm just going to SC enter and select everything. Right click, click a point. I'm just dragging out until I get it to kind of fill that sheet a little bit. It looks like that's going to be good, and I'm just going to drag this down because those dashed lines represent cut line, and I want to make sure that it's not being cut off. Very, very close, but not there. And I'll move this up a little bit, and I might just move that up just a schnibbin as well. You can center this, but that's good. Now I'll take the viewport and I'll just snap it to these sections. Okay. Drag this out a little bit. There. Boom. There goes my viewport. And then there goes a layout of 24 by 36 inch. What you would then do is put in your the appropriate name. Just put in the project name as AutoCAD 1. One, that works for me. Sheet name, we'll just call this title block. Drawn by your initials, and then the issue date, you can just say 1/25. Whoop. Try to go back in time. And the scale, we don't have anything yet. Put in your name, date again, and just everything else is fine. Make these zeros because we don't actually have a scale ascribed to this, so we'll just make these 0. And that will be the title block that you all submit. So now, and I'll shift this over just a little bit too, so I maximize that space. So that'll be my title block. Now to print this, I'll say Control P. I've already done my setup for my page setup manager. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to print this to my desktop. I'm going to create a new folder to work cleanly. I'm going to call this AutoCAD Part 1. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to call this 24 by 36 inch title block. Kicking it out as a PDF. Boom. And there goes your title block set up. More importantly, you have a digital template that you can begin to work with for future projects. If you have any questions about this assignment, please let me know. Now to upload this, I will cover this in this assignment. You just simply, for folks who are not familiar, would go into your assignment and just upload it. So let's see if I can't do that. So then I would go into my learning units, and then I would go into go into the assignment, and you would simply browse your local file for your attachment. And I put it in AutoCAD Part 1. You'll find this, and then open it, and simply hit submit, and that will be your submittal. You'll do that, and then you'll also go into the I was there already, into your learning units, and you go into your discussion board. And digital pinup, I'll go here, I'll say reply, I'll browse my local file. Again, I will do that 24 by 36 inch title block. I'll say open, easy peasy, and then I'll say submit. Okay, so I'll be able to see my title block and what I did, easy peasy. you won't be able to hear that but through this video. And that's it. That'll be the first assignment and the first taste of what these videos will be like to go through in order to complete these assignments. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and we can schedule some time to get over whatever issue you're having.